Hey everyone, we're out here today working on my mom's 2005 Chrysler Crossfire, and we're going to go ahead and replace the air filters today. I went ahead and I got the K&N high flow air filters, which are washable and reusable. You can go ahead and get regular Fram or whatever else they have, but these are expensive. They're about $60 a piece, I think, but in the long run you're going to save money. They're supposed to be replaced, I believe, every 10,000 miles, so whereas these you never have to replace. So that $60, while $120 spent total seems like a lot, in the long run, if you're going to be driving a lot, it makes it all worth it. Plus you'll get maybe a few horsepower out of it. Maybe it's not going to be enough for you guys to tell, but it is what it is. So to start, this is a little weird. Most people wouldn't really know. It took me a while to figure it out, but you'll pull these back. You probably don't necessarily have to pull them back, but I found it easier by pulling them back. And you're going to grab the back of this top cover here and just pull up while kind of pulling towards you. And as you can see here, what it does is seals around there, and there's a couple of clips here. It's a little finicky to get it back on. Let me set you guys down a little lower so you can see what I'm going to do next. Alright guys, so once you have the cover off, the next step is going to be taking these Torx out, and I believe it is a T25, and there will be 4 on each one. They don't completely unthread all the way, but we'll go ahead and take these out, which will release the cover on the air filter. Okay guys, so from here it's pretty straightforward, putting them back in, the new ones. These in particular are the original Mercedes ones, and you guys might be thinking, well, this is a Chrysler. This car was actually made by Mercedes. It is a Chrysler car, but you'll notice all the parts, aren't really, a lot of the things aren't in the English language, as like the reservoir, that's not English. A lot of the parts are going to be really expensive, just due to the fact that they are actually Mercedes. This engine is a Mercedes. It's got a Chrysler, cover on it. Like I said, it was kind of like a partnered up car. But I went ahead and inspected these last week, which is why I'm going ahead and doing this. I don't know if you guys can tell, but there are a lot of bugs and dust lodged in there. And I live here in Illinois, so it's lots of cornfields and everything else. So, it's not something that I wouldn't have expected. And, going back to these being the original Mercedes-Benz, this car has 35,000 miles, and we purchased it at, I want to say 32. So that being said, the previous owner never did this maintenance. And some people won't. Some people will actually just blow out their old air filters, which maybe you can do that a handful of times, but you really should just go ahead and replace them. But anyway, if you got a lot of dirt and debris in here, go ahead and clean it out. I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera quick. Okay, so now that we got both of these cleaned, it's time to install a new filter. So your filters are going to have, your top part and then your part where the filter goes down. That's going to set down in this groove. And if you put it in the other way, you'll just notice that it's not fitting correct. So that's the way we want to do it here. Go ahead and set them back in place. Use your Torx T25 bit to put them back in. Again, pretty straightforward. Now that we are out with the old and in with the new, it's time to put it back together. And this is where it gets a little tricky. What I like to do is slip these on first. Otherwise they get in your way. They don't have to be fully on. You can push them up later. Okay, and you kind of want to find the spot as well as you can. Use your fingers to kind of find the parameter of the circular cover here. Make sure these are pushed up all the way. So I can feel my front has snapped down. I want to double check the back here. This is the spot that's really tricky, so it feels like I have not gotten it on the back. Okay, I felt it seat on the back. It's seated on the front. Should be good to go. And make sure that if you wash your airbox, I guess, air filter holder, make sure it is completely dry. I blew mine out with compressed air before I put the filter in, so the inside is completely dry. You do not want to suck water into the engine. So that pretty much completes the air filter change. If you have any other questions, just leave them in the comments, and I will catch you guys later.